Hi there, Stephanie Kammerman, live at the Las Vegas Money Show 2018. It's really loud here today. Everybody's really excited because I'm here with John McCammett. Yeah.
Pleasure to be here with you, Stephanie.
It is so great. He's from bioinvest.com. And John, you won a huge award.
So I was lucky enough to be the recipient of the first Top Picks Award here for the Money Show. Our pick was Madrigal Pharmaceutical, MDGL.
Okay, MDGL.
And it was developing a drug candidate for an untreatable condition today called NASH. Simply, it's non-alcoholic hepatitis. So these people will get hepatitis without being alcoholics, so there's a long-term damage to the liver, eventually leads to cirrhosis. It's a $10 billion market opportunity, and their belief is it's basically a metabolic disease, and by intervening with this small molecule or a pill, it'll stop NASH basically early in the disease, which is basically at the inflammation point that leads to all the liver problems later.
Wow.
This is some of our what we would call a better target, or drugs that can provide significant improvements by being earlier in the cascade. It can get the disease before it's created any long-term damage.
How many people have that disease?
Well, this is a thing where it's not highly diagnosable actually right now, because the current diagnosis has to do with a liver biopsy, which is an invasive procedure. They will do them to run the clinical trials, but what the docs now look is for elevated cholesterol. So that's a sign of metabolism
and
inflammation. So you're really getting that at the core. And without any drugs to treat it, you almost get the situation where the doctors aren't specifically always looking for it.
Are there side effects to this drug?
Well, that's a great question. This class of drugs before may have had some side effects, but one of the things you can do, this is a small molecule, is they design a drug a little differently. There's a tweak here or a tweak there. It looks like it's avoiding side effects previously seen with this class, and as a once-a-day pill, that's one of the ideal types of medications opposed to injections, in particular for chronic disease. They're going to take this for a long time. They're developing it for a couple of other cholesterol diseases, so potentially this is a pipeline in a pill. It's part of the, it's as exciting as the disease is or the pill, it's about the management in this industry. And this industry, this company is run by one of the most accomplished CEOs in pharmaceutical development.
And they just have this one pill? Is this their main thing?
This is what's a classic biotech one-trick pony. They have a backup molecule, and they'll be bringing that in, but this is his times, and that's why it was important to take the pill and run two other different types of disease or cholesterol trials.
So did it just get approved? Is that why the stock popped? Or it didn't get approved?
That's a great question, Stephanie. Stock moved from 15 to 45 before they even released phase 2 data, because two Wall Street analysts came on board after we did. I had an intimate relationship with Paul, who recommended his company Insight Genomics at $8, which went to $150 over the next 12 years. He created multiple drugs at that company, retired, got bored, and then came back. The other really interesting angle about Madrigal is that it was a venture capital company that took a failed biotech. It had $50 million. And they said, we're going to find a private company to put this money in. They screened 50 to 100 private companies and chose Madrigal to be the best place to put that money. Venture capitalists actually knew this firm and worked on this with them previously. So we knew the CEO, we knew the venture capital, and no one else knew about the company because it came in as a reverse merger. And as a matter of fact, I get a question, have you seen the chart on this thing? And this is a completely different company. You're looking at a failed chart that, because of SEC rules and firings, they have to keep reporting in that context. It was a clean slate.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about when is it time to sell these things, right? I think that's a good question. It's easy to get in. It's a lot harder to know when to get out. So when we come back with John, stay tuned.